One of the things that this $48,000 a year is what it translates into is a meter readers to start, water meter. And actually, talking to the police officers and firefighters, they're upset about that too, because that's about what they start at, and they say, we put our lives on the line. And of course, if you're going and reading water meters, again, somebody has to do it. It's an important job. But unless Cujo is in the backyard, you're not really risking your life. And particularly when we know that in Normal, they start at $27,000. That's a huge gap. I think it's indefensible. I don't even know how it happened, but certainly the mayor needs to, the next mayor needs to make sure that those people don't get a raise for a very, very long time. And you can say, okay, you want to go to Normal? You can earn $27,000 and get a raise. Right? You may not contractually be able to get out of the fact that you're paying $48,000 a year, but that's just indefensible. It's so far off the charts. The national figure was $24,900. That's what the pantograph said. So that's one of the ways that I'd start.
I can tell you how it got there because we looked at it. The relativity between jobs was set up many, many years ago when union scales came in. We have 10 unions to deal with in Bloomington. And that's a difficult burden to deal with. Now, as we speak this week, David Hales is sitting down with the unions. We are looking at possible wage freezes. We're looking at, are there going to be layoffs? How can the unions work with us? But that is something that has been set up years ago. We have kept increases to 3% a year on that's the maximum increase we've been giving in the last few years on labor increases, which is about inflation, so we're not allowing that to get any worse. The way you fix that particular problem is when a job gets out of whack, when you're paying $48,000 for a meter reader, and I can't defend that either. That's something that we've had for years, that relativity. When a job gets out of whack, what you do is you automate it, and that's what we're going to do. We're not going to have meter readers in a few years because we're going to be automating this to radio systems. So that problem will go away. When the value of the job gets too high and it's subject to automation, you just get rid of the job. On the living wage, since that was brought up in the answer and so on, I don't think, I'll tell you right now, I do not think that we can afford a living wage right now, and I don't think there's anybody on the council that feels that we can afford a living wage right now. Watch tonight. We're having a hearing, and we'll see what happens, but we just don't have the money. So that's one thing I do agree with Eric on. We cannot afford a living wage.
Okay. It is 8:30, and I appreciate everybody staying an extra half hour this morning. Let's give all three of these gentlemen a great round of applause. Thank you very much, Steve. At this time, Guy Hanna is going to come up. We're going to have a drawing, and you will just take a few minutes